Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mystic Mountain Tarot. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things I used to heal from a narcissist. Okay, so maybe you could apply it to your life and see if it helps you. We all kind of deal with a narcissist at one point or another, right? All right, so the first thing I did to heal from my narcissistic situation was to grieve, right? To heal and release, okay? Grieving is a very important thing, and a lot of people don't want to spend that time grieving and, crying and that type of kind of uncomfortable stuff, right? Grieving is extremely important. It helps us release, it helps us heal, it helps us move on, right? So allow yourself to go through that process, no matter how long it takes, right? Now, you don't want to put yourself in like a mind prison with it, right? You want to grieve it and release it and move forward, okay? We have forgive, okay? Forgive yourself and forgive the person. Now, also, what I want to mention is not all narcissists come from a relationship, right? We could have narcissistic parents, we could have narcissistic siblings, narcissistic friends, narcissistic children, there are narcissists everywhere and in all kinds of forms, okay? Narcissistic bosses, right? So forgive yourself, right? Forgive yourself. When I was going through it, there was a certain amount of blame that I put on myself for, allowing myself to be in that situation and not putting my, foot down. And so I had to kind of come into myself and understand, why I let these things happen. Why did I let that continue? Why did I let that person treat me in that way? How did it happen, right? And we kind of come into this understanding about, how certain things had to be, what we learned from those things, and it can help us kind of forgive and release, right? But also forgive them. Forgive them. Because if you don't forgive them, you're not necessarily forgiving them, for them. It's not for them, it's for you, right? If I hadn't forgiven the person that was extremely narcissistic towards me, who put me through the most difficult time of my life, I was poisoned, literally. And, I had all my things taken from me. I was treated horribly, right? And if I didn't allow myself to forgive that person for poisoning me and for putting me through that stuff, I would still be holding on to that situation and that pain, right? And that trauma that they gave me, right? So you're not forgiving them for them. Absolutely not. You are forgiving them for yourself, to give yourself that freedom. And that comes back to understanding, how you got in that situation, why you got in that situation, and different things like that. And then understanding why that person put you in that situation. Well, most of the time, that person put you in that situation because they are in a mind prison. That's a horrible picture. You can't tell I'm an artist. Well, anyway, they are in a mind prison. They are stuck in this, in this prison that they've put themselves in, right? And they don't feel good. So they want other people to feel the way they feel. Okay, so they try to pull you in to this whole prison-like, experience within your mind, right? And just holding you down, right? So forgive them because they're hurting more than you ever will. And in a great way, in a way, that's like, that's their karma. They're probably not going to get out of this mind prison. People who are narcissistic are probably going to be in that mind prison for their, the duration of their lifetime, most likely. Okay, so forgive them, understand them, realize that they are experiencing their karma in their mind prison that they've created for, until they decide to get out. And most of them don't. All right, number 3, raise your vibration. Okay? We grieve, we heal, we release that whole experience, right? All that trauma, all of that stuff. And then we forgive ourselves and we forgive them. And the key to that is understanding, okay? Then we raise our vibration. There are a lot of ways we can do this. Saying positive things to ourselves, right? Drawing, dancing, music, cooking, right? Anything that makes you feel good. Playing games, right? Taking baths, taking care of yourself. Just throwing yourself into that energy where you're like, oh my gosh, okay, so can we see this? Yes, okay. When we have low vibrations, which narcissistic relationship can cause us to have very low vibrations. So it's, one of the things that happens. That's why we, are so, upset and overwhelmed and things like that after leaving that experience, or even during, right? So you have, instead of your energy going out like that, with this excitement and this passion and whatever it is for you, your vibes are going in, right? And we're like, this suppression, this overwhelm, this, anger and upsetness, and why did this happen? And I experienced that. But it's like, when you start switching that, right? And you start being like, I am wonderful. I am not these things that this person told me, right? And really paying attention to yourself and doing the things that you love to do, okay? That will help you raise your vibration, right? Anything that you find passion in, anything that gives you that energy will help raise your vibration, okay? So just do the things you love, right? And I mean, if you've been in a narcissistic relationship, chances are that person didn't exactly let you do the things you love. So now it's your turn, right? It's your time to raise your vibration and start doing those things you love again, without forgiving, right? Like without having to apologize for it. Go for it, do it. If somebody truly loves you, if somebody's truly supportive of you, if somebody truly has that connection with you, they're not going to tell you, no, don't go do this thing that makes you feel wonderful, right? So just raise your vibration. Do those things that make you feel good, okay? Number 4. All right, so we have grieve, forgive yourself, forgive them through understanding. Raise your vibration. Do the things that you love, okay? Number 4, know your worth. Know your worth. You are worthy, okay? You are completely and 100% worthy of absolutely anything that you could desire in any sort of way. And I know that when I went through my narcissistic issue with that person, I didn't feel worthy. That person didn't make me feel worthy. That person told me how unworthy I was, repeatedly and consecutively. And yes, there is, like going through that situation, you start to feel that. You have somebody pounding on you about all this stuff and how you're so wrong and, you're this or you're that or whatever it is, you are worthy. And the reason that person told you that you weren't was because they don't feel worthy themselves at all, ever. Will never feel worthy about themselves. Okay? And that's why they like to manipulate and use people and put people in that mindset, right? So invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. That's so important. Invest in the clothes you want to wear, right? Invest in your education, right? Invest in bettering yourself and raising yourself up above, where that person is, right? You are beyond that anyway. But what the best karma for that person, right, at least in my opinion and in my experience, is to get yourself to the absolute best place that you can be, so that person sits back and watches, oh my God, look at where they went. And that just kind of pisses them off even more, doesn't it? Like, not that we should be going around pissing people off, but like standing in your power, knowing your worth and investing in yourself is going to irritate that narcissist, right? Because they want you in that mind prison, and they want you there forever. They want to suppress you. They want to hold you down, right? And you are saying, no, I know my worth. I know how big I am. I know how big I can be, right? I'm investing in myself, in my education. I'm reading. I'm pampering myself, right? I'm making myself feel good. I'm going on my own path, right? That's very important. You don't want to go down this person's path. You don't want to be in that mind prison that person has, right? He says, come with me. No, you don't want to go with that person. You don't want to be in that type of prison, right? So we have number 5. Forget their lies. Yeah, that's a hard one. Nothing this person has said to you was real. Narcissists live in a mind prison, okay? They say untruthful and hurtful things to people because they are projecting their mind prison out and trying to capture people within it, right? So that they can be the leader of their mind prison, right? And, have all these minions around that they can control using their creepy mind techniques, right? So nothing they said is real. It was all untruthful and hurtful. Okay, they are projecting this out so that they can pull you in, okay? So forget it. Forget what they told you. You are not, that unworthy. You are not what that person said. You know your worth. That is your truth. And that is a lie. And so we can let go of it, right? One of the things, okay, so this is your truth. And we want to keep that. And this is our lie. So we want to X that out. We want to get rid of it. It can go all the way over there, okay? One of the things that I was told, that I'm not worth it. Nobody's ever going to want you. Like, I became very disabled very quickly. As a pretty young woman, I was 27, when I started using a walker. And it was because the person was poisoning me, and so this person would tell me things like, you're not good enough. Nobody's ever going to want you because, you're disabled and you're messed up and stuff like that. And, that made me feel horrible. But really, he was putting me in his mind prison, poisoning me and telling me that, hey, you're never going to get there. You're always going to be in this horrible place and stuff like that, right? And I was like, well, no, that's not true. Like, I knew in my head that I was worthy, and I was combating my thoughts with what he was telling me. And at a certain point, I was like, no more. Like, and the universe came in and assisted with that as well, and really rescued me from that situation. Because in some situations like that, it can be really difficult to get out of. It really can. And if you are in a situation like that you are having troubles getting out of, I would highly suggest asking for help. Okay? Ask for that help. I was going to write it down, but ask for the help. You don't even have to ask, ask people, your connections to help you get out of that situation. But if you can't, if you feel like you cannot do that, ask the universe. Ask your angels, ask God to help you, to save you from the situation, to help you get out of it. And I tell you what, that is what I did. I asked the universe, I asked my angels to save me, to help me get out of this situation. I was scared. I knew that the situation I was in was dangerous and unhealthy, and that I was at risk of dying. And I was pretty sure that he was causing me to get as sick as I was. And I was really sick. Okay, so I begged, I begged the universe to save me, to rescue me, to pull me out of this situation. And the universe responded. The universe sent someone who literally saved me from that situation. It was like a miracle occurrence. It was amazing. Okay, so if you are still in that situation, ask for that help. Ask to get out of it. Know your worth. You are more worthy than that prison that person is trying to entrap you in, right? All right, well, I hope that this helped you guys in, helping heal from narcissistic abuse. Okay, it is a really traumatic thing, and there certainly is more into it than just this. This is just touching the surface pretty much. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or anything you want to add to this list, maybe I'll make like a second video with some more things that would help, to heal from narcissistic abuse. Okay, if you guys have anything that worked for you, I would love to hear about it. Please let me know down in the comments below. And I wish you guys well, and sending you healing, loving energy always. All right, next time.